Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Preparation, purpose, and passion fuel greatness. Join Brandon Copeland as he shares his journey from a professional football player to real estate investor, professor, and mentor committed in protecting one's wealth on and off the field. See how he turned his experiences and lessons learned into legacy. Discover life-changing plays, moves that build the future, and the importance of financial literacy to protect what matters. Catch the two-part series at casheslife.com/double impact. Brought to you by Nationwide.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Happy Halloween, y'all. So tonight, we're getting into Kevin Durant and his depression in 2019 because of his looks. Now, usually that's a conversation we hear from women, but KD is being open about some of the things that he's gone through. And, you know, while I do not like that not that I don't like it, I shouldn't say that because that's not exactly it. But, KD, why aren't you that open on, you know, different podcasts? Would you have had that listen, we'll talk about it in a second. We're also going to get into, I know last night I didn't get too far into the Gayle King thing, but she had a response. So we're going to get into that. And, you know, a couple other things. Now, listen, of course, you know what you got to do. 800-920-1580 if you want to get in on the conversation. Hit us up on social media, KBLA 1580. I'm at Stiletto Jill, the Queen of Hearts. And, of course, download the app. Hop into the YouTube chat because the chat be chatting. And, you know, they're always live, uncut, unfiltered. And it's a good time in there. It's a community. Those are our VIPs. And shout out to Maurice for letting us know the Dodgers are up 3-1. Shout out to that.
And we better win.
We better win. Game 7 at home. Back to back.
Oh, is it? They gonna come back if they win over there?
I think so, right?
I feel like we had the last 3 games here in LA, so it might be the last 2 in Toronto.
It is. They do
2-3-2.
2-3-2. I'm thinking they changed when the NBA changed.
Nope.
They're still on the old school.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you know, whatever. As long as we bring it home, that's what's important, right? Right. Okay. So. Let's talk Kevin Durant, right? Now, KD, I feel like KD is taking a lot of hits on the internets, right? KD's been called soft. Y'all talk about all of the things. We know he's a troll and had secret accounts. And, maybe that ties into the revelation that he gave on Bobby Althoff's, is that her? Althoff? Althoff, Bobby Althoff's podcast, where he shared that in 2019, right? Was he with Golden State in 2019? It's been
that
a
was
lot.
That was his last year. That was the year when they went against the Raptors.
Okay.
And he played. He had the whole, not the Achilles,
but he
had the strain. He had the strain, which led to the Achilles heel. It was kind of questionable whether he should play. I think he might have missed the game. But then I want to say game 4 or game 5 is when the injury occurred, and then it was a wrap.
So all of this kind of ties together. We just set the stage for you, right? But we know KD is a 2-time NBA champion, right? Global brand ambassador, has his own media company. But in 2019, he battled depression, and he said it was rooted in insecurity about his looks. Now, all you guys that talked about KD in a brush, shame on ya. Shame on you. Talked about him being ashy. Shame on you. But really, if KD had a good lady in his life.
You think that's what it is?
I mean, here's the thing. We know that not anyone, but pretty much anyone he wanted, KD probably could have, right? So, maybe he hasn't been publicly, I feel like, in a relationship since he and Monica Wright broke up. Was that her last name? She was a former WNBA player. You don't remember when they were dating a couple of years ago and they got engaged, and then, I don't know, something happened. What was Monica's last name? I can't remember. I think it was Right.
They must have been super low key.
No.
I don't know anything about no KD relationship.
No, it was years ago. They 2014. Monica, her name is Monica Wright. Yep, she played for the Lynx. And they dated for a while. They revealed pictures and stuff. Now, he's dated on the low. Lots of people. Right?
That's how you got to do it.
Known and unknown. But I feel like, maybe he didn't find one that really maybe he felt connected with him for him or something, because
that's fair.
How is a multi-million dollar NBA player suffering from depression about his looks at the height of his career? Well, Katie's going to explain it to you.
Sometimes. I've been depressed before, once.
Why?
Just I was insecure about how I looked. It was crazy.
You got depressed over that?
Yeah.
I feel insecure about how I look every day, so
I just didn't, I don't know. It just hit me all at one time.
When was this?
This was 6 years ago.
You got depressed because of how you looked?
Yeah.
What did you do to get out of that?
I just snapped out of it because this was stupid to even care.
What's wrong with how you look?
Nothing. That's how I got out of it.
That's good that you got. What did you think was wrong with how you looked?
I don't know, man. I was just too tall. Maybe I was too skinny. Maybe I just...
You are very tall, but I don't think that's a problem. I feel like
I just feel like I stood out for no reason.
For no reason?
Yeah. Sometimes. But now I learn to accept it.
So my question one is, I was going back and forth, I think it's an important topic. We talk about mental health a great deal on this show. I think that, both black men and women, the amount of pressure that we're all under, the expectations and things of that nature, I think everybody should, at least at some point in their life, chat with a counselor or a psychologist, right? That's kind of what I was getting at. Back in the day, people would say, if you had to do that, you were crazy or something like that, right? And now, when I say someone's crazy, I really mean they're wilding out. I know I'm not talking, if someone's battling mental health, I'm not labeling them in that way. I label bad behavior as crazy, right? Because when you know better, you do better. But I feel like At first, I was wondering, is he playing? Is he trolling?
That's 100% my initial thoughts. I mean, considering who's, Bobby Altoff.
Right.
I
But
already thought he was doing that.
but I don't know. I'm like, he might be, but
Why would you be lying about yourself like that?
to be funny, to be sarcastic, because it kind of does tap into some of the things that people say about Katie. Because ultimately, when someone's calling you soft, right, they're saying that you are not mentally tough. So I wrote the beat, but if he was, and I kind of believe he was being serious about it,
I'll give you that.
I applaud him for being honest. Do you know? I think a lot of the reason why KD had the burner accounts and things like that was that
He was insecure.
yeah,
And he wanted to clap back at people. Maybe
but
even
not
try to
mess
change the
with his
narrative.
image.
100%.
As being a nice guy. Because I think that traps people, right? At times.
I hate to say it, though. I think he might have made the situation maybe a little bit worse, though.
By admitting to that?
100%. I mean, because I was reading the comments on there, and people was already talking about, well, if you would have just had a brush. I mean, everything that you brought up that people clown him about, they brought that up in the commentary. They was like, bro, like, that's on you, homie. All you got to do is get a haircut or get the Beijing like Jaylen Brown.
But you saw what happened to Jaylen the other game, right?
Yeah.
The other night.
Yeah.
Like his Beijing wiped off on the jersey. But he handled it with class and finesse and panache, which I appreciated. But KD, really, a haircut and a do-rag, I feel, would do wonders for him. I feel like he just, and maybe, because when you're depressed, you don't necessarily keep up with your grooming and things like that. So maybe that's why he was a little crusty skinned and, beat it up, because he didn't feel good about himself. So he wasn't taking care of himself.
Man, he probably needs to go ahead and holler at Russell Westbrook, because it's interesting, because his whole perspective is I'm just here to hoop. All the hoopla and everything that comes along with being a basketball player. I know he's not a big fan of that type of stuff, and I think that's the reason why he comes into the game ashy ankles. I'm not brushing my hair because I'm just here to hoop. But I don't know. Maybe the criticism eventually got to him, because why else would you be insecure? At the same time, I also say this: he is getting up there in age. It could be a midlife crisis. Who knows?
He's still he's what? How old is Katie? 36, 37?
Jill, I hate to even say this. For the black man, I don't know. You start looking at 30, you're like 40. Oh, we old.
I mean, listen, I do understand that. I do, like, it feels that I just think that he is coming into his own. I think being in the spotlight, the way that he was scrutinized as a superstar, right? Coming into the social media era. Because KD got drafted, 2008, was it?
7, 8, something like that.
Something like that, right. So, right, we're coming off of MySpace. Facebook is blowing up, slides us right into the Twitter era. And he's trying to be this good guy, to be the face of the league. Much like, I think that face of the league conversation really messes with guys, right? Because
Only
it's a
him?
lot of, no, I think Ant a little bit is not feeling it for different reasons.
That's because the media is trying to put that on Ant a lot. And I think Ant wants to hoop. He doesn't care about all that nonsense. KD, on the other hand, I felt like he made moves towards wanting to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he wanted to be the guy. But see, his method in wanting to be the guy was just bad.
Maybe. But kudos to him. Royal Jenkins says in the chat, Draymond did punt KD as a teammate in 2019. DJ Black 909 says the only reason why the Raptors won in 2019 was because of KD and Clay's injuries.
Yeah, I agree.
This is true. Shout out to Clay. I think he and Megan, they posted a photo on Instagram with their fingers making a heart and some house keys and a house in the background. Are they moving in together? That would be sweet.
Y'all love this, huh? Y'all are
here's
so
the thing.
happy for
No.
making
No.
this
No.
diet.
Here's the thing. I'm happy for any woman that has been through a tumultuous period with men and seems to find her person, right?
Yeah.
I love love. I like it. Like I joked about this a while back when Ashanti and Nelly first got back together on this here show. That they weren't couples goals to me. And I didn't mean it as a diss, right? I just mean with any couple, even the ones that you see that are so in love, you don't know what their struggles are, what they have compromised on, what they agree to. So I love love. I love the idea of it. If you like it, I love it. I'm heavy on if you like it, I love it. So I celebrate love in all formats, right? If Megan and Clay break up tomorrow and she goes and finds herself another NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB rapper, actor, singer, you know what I mean? And they look cute, I'm going to cheer for them too, right?
If they look cute.
I mean, we may not get into, because people are judgy. So they'll be like, let it rest. You're moving on too fast and things like that. And I mean, you're supposed to date in your 20s. And just because you're dating doesn't mean you're smashing and, all of those things. So I'm just saying. Shout out to Maurice in the chat. He said, Andy, put that Sherelle on for Jill because she looks good. You look good. Shout out to that.
No
I'll
comment.
accept that. He's talking about my Queen of Hearts costume. He's talking about my Halloween costume. So listen, I applaud KD but the reason why the little shade I was kind of putting on it is why do these men seem to go and make these revelations much like Drake did with Bobby? They can't have these heart-to-heart conversations with someone in the culture. I said in the culture, not
Speed.
I didn't say black woman.
Speed.
Speedy.
Speed called KD out about him and his dating.
Okay.
He clowned the hell out of him, but then KD kind of clapped back as well too. But at the same, and see, your question is what leads me to think that maybe this was his way of trolling as well too.
That's why I said I'm unsure because I do think it's an important conversation, but I don't know if they're being funny.
And then he said, "Oh, I just forgot about it because it's stupid." Like if somebody is listening to that who's going through depression, I don't know if
it's helpful.
KD's testimony was helpful. Now, if he said, "Oh, I went to therapy, this, that, and the third, and all that," I think that would have been helpful. But him just saying, "Oh, it was stupid," I'm sorry. It's not helping anybody who might be going through that.
How they can walk the walk and get
100%.
through those things.
Not everybody has that mental fortitude to just be like, "Oh, I'm going to forget about that."
So, this is what I do say, though. I do applaud the conversation coming up, even if he's kind of trolling, because mental health for those in the public eye, right? I don't think people only look at the benefits of being famous and rich or whatever. And I'm not trying to act like, oh, woe is me, poor them. Things could be a lot worse. But there is a lot of pressure on having that kind of spotlight for you and being picked apart and scrutinized, even if it's part of your job.
But his peers seem to be handling it well.
Are they? We don't necessarily know.
Okay.
And here's the thing,
Fair.
right? We don't know, Delonte West, for example. How long was it before, what things were going on before we knew without a doubt he was going through some things? People suffer and deal with things in different ways. So if it maybe starts the conversation, I applaud it, right? We'll have to see. Look, when we come forward, more trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on Halloween here at KBLA Talk 1580.
And I don't feel safe anymore. Oh, what a mess. I wonder who's watching me now. The IRS. I always feel like somebody's watching me. And I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Maryland's Black Governor Wes Moore has declared a state of emergency to support SNAP recipients as funding runs out. The move shifts $10 million from Maryland's Fiscal Responsibility Fund to food banks statewide. Moore says the state will keep helping those affected by the federal shutdown. President Trump is warning of an existential threat to Christians in Nigeria, accusing radical Islamists of a mass slaughter. In a Truth Social post, he said he's designating Nigeria a, quote, country of particular concern, end quote, and urged Congress to investigate, echoing calls from Senator Ted Cruz and Congressman Riley Moore. And NBA star LeBron James is releasing his fourth children's book, Happy Spooky Halloween, next year on July 21st. The 32-page story follows Zara and her friends at a spooky Halloween party, sharing James's love for the holiday while inspiring young readers. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
In downtown Santa Ana on the 5 southbound just past Main Street. It's an accident. The accident itself is in the center divider, but there's glass and motor fluid all over the roadway, so a real mess here, literally and figuratively speaking, on the 5 southbound past Main. 57 northbound before Ball Road, a 2-vehicle collision cleared from lanes of the roadway. 57 southbound before Chapman and Fullerton, a vehicle that's facing the wrong direction in the middle lanes, clearing to the right shoulder.
It's time to get loud for your California Baptist University men's and women's basketball. Your hometown Lancers are lighting up the Fowler Event Center on CBU's beautiful award-winning campus. Lancers basketball. Local, loyal, loud. Get your season tickets now at cbutickets.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers are at Memphis tonight. A lot of eyes will be on Lakers guard Austin Reeves to see if he can maintain his exceptional play in the first 2 weeks of the NBA season. With LeBron and Luka out with injuries, Reeves has elevated his performance. He ranks third in the NBA in scoring and assists. Reeves is averaging 34.2 points and 10 assists. The Clippers are at home tonight against New Orleans. One of the components of Dodgers owner Mark Walter paying $10 billion to be the new owner of the Lakers is that Jeannie Buss will keep 15% of the franchise. Buss, the daughter of former Lakers owner Jerry Buss, will continue representing the franchise at NBA Board of Governors meetings. USC is at Nebraska Saturday. The 5-2 Trojans need a win to stay in contention for the 12-team college football playoffs. UCLA has a bye. They're at home next Saturday against Nebraska. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
On Thursday evening, November 6th, you're invited to the next KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Town Hall meeting. This time, we're convening at Victory Bible Church, 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. The town hall will once again be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 6th. But you're invited to join us in person for this urgent and necessary community conversation. The theme for this Altadena Eaton Canyon Fire Town Hall is understanding the Wildfire Recovery Compensation Fund. The primary focus of this gathering is to inform residents about Southern California Edison's newly launched Wildfire Recovery Compensation Program and provide clarity on eligibility and the claims process. There are plenty of questions to be asked, and only KBLA Talk 1580 has the right moderators to ask the tough questions, the right stakeholders and community activists to share their insights, and we have confirmed the participation of corporate executives from Southern California Edison to answer our queries. So be sure to join us at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena, 1497 North Hill Avenue on Thursday, November 6th. The event is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. That's KBLA1580.com. Light refreshments will be served immediately following the live town hall. This KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Rising Town Hall is brought to you by the Black Freedom Fund.
First, they tried to erase our history.
Pentagon removed training material about the Tuskegee Airmen. Arlington National Cemetery removing histories that highlighted black veterans from its website.
Then they tried to erase our jobs.
Black Americans will disproportionately bear the brunt.
Now they think they can erase our votes.
steal 5 congressional seats, decimating black and brown representation.
Enough is enough. I matter, my rights matter, and our future matters. That's why I'm voting yes on Prop 50. Prop 50 lets us temporarily redraw California congressional maps to counter the election rigging Trump is trying to pull off in Texas and other states. Californians across the state are stepping up and using the power of their vote to stop the madness. So vote yes on Prop 50 by November 4th, because we can't let them erase our history or our future. This ad is paid for by the NAACP and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
September is World Alzheimer's Month, a time to shine a light on a public health crisis that deeply impacts Black families. 1 in 5 Black adults ages 70 and older is living with Alzheimer's disease, or AD, and the risk is twice as high compared to white adults. But AD isn't just forgetting a name or losing track of time. Signs of early AD could be repeating questions, missing appointments, or struggling with bills and daily tasks. These things aren't a normal part of aging. Here's the good news. Treatments are available that may help if AD is diagnosed early. If you notice changes in memory or daily routines, whether in yourself or a loved one, don't wait. Early diagnosis and intervention are key to managing AD effectively. To learn more about AD and a potential treatment option, visit treatalsearly.com. That's treatalzearly.com to learn more about the signs and symptoms and a potential treatment option. This message is brought to you by AZI. Established in 2020 during a time of deep racial unrest across our state and country, the Black Freedom Fund was created to make sure that leaders and organizations working to support Black communities and build power have the resources they need to stay in the fight for the long haul. We believe that those closest to the issues impacting our communities know best how to solve them. That's why in just the last 5 years, we've granted more than $45 million to over 200 grassroots organizations across California. That is the largest collective investment in Black organizing in history, and we're just getting started. We are clear-eyed and committed, more now than ever, to our people, our power, and our possibility. Join us in creating a future where Black people harness their full power to shape their lives and realize a just world for all. Learn more at fundblackfreedom.org. That's fundblackfreedom.org. The Black Freedom Fund is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
We're on our Halloween jam tonight. Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. And because I'm always on theme too, we got a little thriller diddler for you tonight. Yeah. Not Diddy. You know, little diddler, little ditty, you know, but not a ditty, just a little ditty. So Ola Ray, she played Michael's love interest in the Thriller video. You know, there was the scene when they were watching the movie and it was like a 1950s werewolf movie. And then, you know, present day 1982 with the famous, because let me tell you a couple of things about that video. Not that everybody else probably doesn't feel the same way. That turquoise spotted, like leopard spotted outfit with the red shirt, baby, I thought that was everything. I wanted it. What did I know about fashion? It's probably like 8 or 9 at that point.
Yo, you know, he kind of resembled her in the video, low-key.
Ola Ray?
Yeah.
So here's part 2 of that. I wanted a Jerry curl so bad.
You're funny.
After I saw that video. Please, mommy, please. Please, mommy, please. Please let me get a Jerry curl. Please let me get a Jerry curl. Because I wanted to look like Ola Ray. Because she was fantastic.
Hey.
In their juicy, drippy curls.
Claire Huxtable.
What, Ola Ray was like Claire Huxtable to you?
She was Claire Huxtable attractive.
Oh, okay. Like an older woman that you just, like, that's what class, that's what the women look like when I get older. I'm not mad at that. So she shared recently, she was on a podcast, and the MJ Fangirl blog. That's the podcast. She says that the 2 weeks that she filmed with Michael were a dream. She found him to be funny and smart. She used to listen in on his business meetings when he would have conversations in the trailer. She said she had no idea that the video would explode like it did, right? And so, since it's Halloween, I thought, what a perfect time to hear Ola Ray, in her own words, share her experience of shooting the Thriller video.
The first day we met was the night when they were actually doing the dance, the Thriller dance. And Michael had sent a limo for me. He had a chair with my name on it. And so he had me sit right in the front of them, and I watched them do that dance all night long. I was so excited. I had a front row seat to watching him in perfection.
Was the chemistry real? Because it looks so believable on camera.
No, it was definitely real. I mean, we were like staring into each other's eyes and smiling and laughing. He was flirting and whispering in my ear. It was fun. We had a good time together. What you see is how we really felt. I have a funny story about when we were shooting in the downtown area, and the fans had found out where we were. And so Michael would go out and he would wave, and you can hear them screaming. And then he would push me out there, and everyone would get really quiet. He said, but Ola, don't worry about it. Pretty soon, everybody's going to know who Ola Ray is.
Oh, I love that.
They were jumping on the rooftops. What? That made Michael a little uncomfortable. Yeah, they were on the rooftop. Michael's like, okay, we have our security. It's the security here because, you know, they're on the rooftop now. And so, yeah, that was kind of funny. He was always joking. At the end of each day, he would jump on top of his limo and put one hand in the air and grab his crotch and scream at the top of his lungs. He did this every night. He was such a jokester. He was always jumping out trying to scare me, or he was always doing little crazy stuff like that. Michael had so much joy. He has so much peace and everything in his life at that time. That whole personality that I put on, that was all me. That was all conjured up in my head as far as like how I should betray her.
It's only a movie.
It's not funny. When Mike was saying, you know, I'm not like other guys, and he's giving me the ring, then I have to reach up and kiss him. I asked Michael before we shot that part, I'm like, where do you want me to kiss you? I don't know, where do you want to kiss me? I said, well, I haven't decided yet. And so when we actually shot that part, I just reached up and kissed him on the cheek.
Oh.
So funny. That's why we were laughing about that too, because we had our own little inside jokes as we were filming. I knew the girls from back in the 50s, they were shy. They wouldn't have kissed him on his lips.
Where you're walking and you have to keep like that certain pace. Was he singing live?
Yeah, he was definitely singing live. Oh my God, I just felt like I was the luckiest girl in the world having Michael Jackson flirt and dance and sing around me. That's how come you see the smile that's on my face. I'll never, ever forget that if I don't do anything else in life.
Yeah.
The fact that Michael Jackson danced and sang to me, I'm good.
So I thought that was so adorable. You know, Ola Ray was really popping in the early 80s. She also had a role in 48 Hours. She was in Beverly Hills Cop 2. Wonder if she was friendly with Eddie, because those are both Eddie movies. Anyway, she also was in Night Shift, which starred Michael Keaton and Henry Winkler, and a couple of other things. So, you know, nice little throwback, nice little reminder that Michael's still the man, and Michael was a flirt. He knew how to charm the ladies, so big ups to that. Okay. Listen, the YouTube chat, they're still chatting. I just thought, where'd the comment go? There was a comment that I thought was hilarious. Someone said, I had a curl in the 80s. I looked like Pinky in Friday. Pinky's curl was wet, too. In the 80s, who had the drippiest Jerry curl? Like, in a good way. Stoney Jackson had a good one.
Eric LaSalle.
Oh, and Coming to America.
I already know.
You know, Let Your Soul Glow.
Soul glow.
I can't hit that high note,
Lisa
but
dumped me.
Huh? Lisa
dumped me. Hey, it was super dripping at that point.
Man. Hilarious.
Oh, what's his name? His grandparents.
Who?
Eric LaSalle in the movie.
I don't remember the grandparents in the movie. I don't remember them.
Okay, so they were at the McDowell's house, and it was a celebration for something, right? Their engagement, their quote unquote engagement.
Oh, okay, and the whole family. Okay,
and they were sitting on the couch, and when they got up, you could just see the stains on the couch.
Yeah.
Classic.
Greasy one. The 80s. Listen, when we come forward, we're trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Your ride with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Donald Trump has all but declared war on California, sending in the National Guard, blocking disaster relief, and cutting funds to our colleges. And now, he and Texas Republicans are trying to rig the next election by stealing congressional seats from black voters in states like Texas.
They want to rig these elections, and they want the power that gerrymandering provides.
Seriously, look it up. But Prop 50 is how we fight back. It gives Californians the power to fight fire with fire and beat Trump at his own game. Prop 50 creates temporary emergency congressional maps that level the playing field and protect the power of black votes. Not just in California, but across the country. Your vote matters, and the whole country is counting on California to lead. So use your vote to protect our power, our history, and our future. Vote yes on Prop 50 by November 4th. Ad paid for by Yes on 50, the Election Rigging Response Act, Governor Newsom's Ballot Measure Committee, Ad Committee's top funders, HMP for Prop 50, and Fund for Policy Reform.
Open enrollment is your opportunity to choose a plan that connects you to Providence's comprehensive healthcare network. Choose a plan that includes Providence and gain access to a dedicated team of highly trained primary care physicians and specialists. From nationally recognized doctors and hospitals, Providence ensures quality care is always within reach. When you choose Providence, you choose after-hours care through our nurse advice line, urgent care, or virtual express care. You choose 24/7 access through the Providence mobile app to message providers, request prescription refills, schedule appointments, check lab results, and more. This open enrollment, prioritize your well-being with the peace of mind that comes from choosing a provider that values excellence and compassionate care. Don't just choose a plan. Choose a plan dedicated to health equity and community engagement. Choose a plan that believes health is a human right. Choose a plan that delivers exceptional care and cares about your community. Choose a plan that offers Providence. Visit chooseprovidence.org to learn more.
Vote centers across Los Angeles County are open. Don't wait for Election Day. Vote early at any vote center near you. You can drop off your ballot, vote in person, or even register and vote the same day. Make your plan, make your voice heard, and make it count. Visit lavote.gov to find a vote center or official ballot drop box close to home. That's lavote.gov, your trusted source for voting in LA County.
JP Morgan Chase offers tips for the local business owners in 2025. Small business landscape is ever changing, and the Los Angeles market is no exception. A startup or legacy business, revisiting your mission statement and recalibrating offerings can renew opportunities for growth and innovations. Programs like Chase for Business Coaching for Impact gives entrepreneurs access to expert guidance, helping you streamline operations, strategize your growth, and navigate complex challenges. Businesses with a clear sense of purpose can navigate any challenge effectively, but also build stronger customer loyalty. Visit chase.com/coaching for impact for more information. This segment is sponsored by JP Morgan Chase.
California, this is your moment. The special election is November 4th, and your vote helps decide your future, your community, and your state. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box. Visit an early vote center or mail it. Your participation powers democracy. Every ballot makes a difference. Tell a friend to do the same. Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Like they always say, it's good for the geese, it's always good for the gander. Irish sailor.
Baby, love me right. Let me love you till you get it right. Why can't you let the others be? Cause with you is where I got to be. Yeah. Oh, sugar, where you been? Hanging out with your male friends. Listen, somebody's gonna hurt you the way you love to keep hurting me. And we'll sing, oh Sheila, let me love you till the morning comes. Sing song. Oh Sheila, you know I want to be the only one
for her. Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe at KBLA Talk 1580. You know, we were just talking all-time Jerry curls. How could I forget Ready for the World? Shout out to Jimmy Wright in the chat. VIPs lighting it up in there. Somebody mentioned former NBA player Michael Cage. How could I leave out AC Green? Kept his virginity throughout his entire NBA career and had a wet, tight curl. Gotta give it up to that. You know, Eazy-E is a whole Halloween costume. What are we pausing for?
I guess.
I don't gotta pause.
Yeah, you good.
I don't gotta pause.
Yeah, you're good.
Shout out to Pretty Brown Mimi. She says, am I dressed up as Snow White or a Disney queen? Kind of not. You know, in Alice in Wonderland, the Queen of Hearts caused some havoc. I'm the Queen of Hearts tonight. You know, honestly, my first costume idea, I wanted to be Poison Ivy, but I couldn't find one that was cute. So I settled for the Queen of Hearts because why not? Andy?
So when you leave the station, where's the turn up at? It's Friday.
You know what? Respect my privacy, Andy.
Dang, like that?
Respect my privacy. I do not know where the LA turn up is. It's Friday night. Y'all going outside or you staying home with beverage, libations, snacks, and party favors?
Or are you about to, you know, do the motherly thing and you know, wait for the kids to pull up to the crib and start
You know,
passing out
kids
candy?
don't come like I used to live, my neighborhood, it used to be a big trick or treat area. People would like bring their kids from other areas to come trick or treat in our area. But the last couple of years, like really long time, at least not my street. Maybe there weren't enough other houses giving out candy. And so they're like, we're skipping that block. But we don't get any trick or treaters anymore. So, shout out to that. Who said Ready for the World was a one-hit wonder? Are you crazy? No, they weren't. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Was no one-hit wonder.
Oh, was no one-hit wonder. Okay. All right. I see. It's a lot happening. It's moving fast. These lashes are partially obscuring my view.
Look at Can't wait to take them off.
These are a bit much. These are like the double stack ones because I wanted them to really stand out. I was trying to like draw the heart on my lips, but I it wasn't quite right. So I took it off and started over because, not you're trying to make it a heart and it looks like an oval shape or something. It's not going to work.
How long did it take for you to go through metamorphosis?
Oh, not long at all. I didn't I did just put on the costume and went.
That's it.
And the lashes.
Okay.
I didn't do too much. Forrest Harrison says, I'm dressed like a Bane. I'm going to go bag snatching after the show. I was born in the darkness. By Bane, do you mean B-A?
Any?
Oh, Bane. Oh, you literally mean Bane. Okay. Like Bane from Batman. I thought you were saying like female dog, donkey.
I think he's talking about himself.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I thought his costume was female dog, donkey, for the streets. You don't know what my clues are for BAN?
Oh, duh. Oh, that's what you thought.
Yeah, I thought he
That's
was
bam.
saying, huh?
Bam.
I wasn't sure. I was like, what's going on? What's happening here? All right, so I mentioned Offset. Like, just go co-parent Offset and leave them alone, But, again, I think we brought up a little astrology earlier. Offset's a Sag, Cardi's a Libra. They have magnetic attraction sometimes to each other. EA says, I've been sitting outside listening to the show with a bucket of candy. I have not seen anyone on my entire street. Nice costume, Jill. Thank you. And you were right. Forrest Harrison was talking about Bane. I was like...
Hey, with them cutting SNAP benefits, ain't nobody passing out no candy.
Ain't nobody passing out no candy. I wouldn't want to be, truthfully, out in the streets in a mask the way things are going on right now. Anyway, listen, on some real note, make sure if you are in California, you go vote on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It might be other elections, other places, but I know it's here, and Prop 50 is important. Also, very important, don't forget that fallback happens tomorrow night.
Week.
See, I like the extra hour of sleep.
I do, too.
But the dark at 4 o'clock?
I hate it.
Hate it, hate it, hate it. The still dark until 7 a.m.?
Hate it.
Hate it, hate it, hate it. But,
I guess it don't matter for me because when I come up in here, it's daytime. By
but
the time
listen,
I leave, it's dark. So
that is true, but it's going to be darker when you're strolling up in here because of the time change.
That's right. That means your energy needs to be up then.
My energy is always up. What are you saying,
Andy?
Andy?
I'm just saying because when you come in, it's going to be dark already. You feel me? You might be ready to.
I bring the sunshine. I'm a little ray of light.
Look at her.
Yeah. All right, you guys. I want you to enjoy your Halloween weekend. Be safe out there. Remember to vote on Prop 50. And if you got it and you know somebody in need, lost some SNAP benefits, any of those things. Like if you have kids, maybe tell your kids, look out. If you see a classmate or a friend that seems to be skipping lunches, doesn't come to lunch for school, maybe slide an extra sandwich in their lunch or something. I don't know. Take care of your people. These are rough times. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you Monday. Have a good weekend.
I wasn't trying to lead you. Now you bring me home and tell me good night's not enough for you. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Maryland's Black Governor Wes Moore has declared a state of emergency to support SNAP recipients as funding runs out. The move shifts $10 million from Maryland's Fiscal Responsibility Fund to food banks statewide. Moore says the state will keep helping those affected by the federal shutdown. President Trump is warning of